The main programs that I watch now are sitcoms. Anything from The Office, How I Met Your Mother, and Parks and Rec are some of my personal favorites. These sitcoms all revolve around a friend group or individuals at work who become friends whose life is depicted in an oftentimes humorous way. Sitcoms are not a new idea, however, as every decade prior to the 2000s has seen numerous successful ones. In the 50s, there was I Love Lucy, which we talked about in class. In the 60s, there was Gilligan's Island. 70s, there was All in the Family. In the 80s, there was Family Ties. From the 90s, there was Friends. Gilligan's Island was the first of these sitcoms to be aired in color rather than in black and white. Other than that major difference, all these shows are relatively similar in the fact that they were run in 30-minute time slots and were easily digestible television that was suited for the whole family. On the other hand, looking at sci-fi and fantasy shows like the Stranger Things and comparing them to older programs such as The Twilight Zone is a far more noticeable difference. Graphics and animation are wildly improved in Stranger Things, and everything looks stunningly real. Twilight Zone was shot in black and white and focused on audio rather than visuals to depict things like mythical beings or violence. I watch these programs through streaming services such as Hulu, Netflix, and Peacock. If these shows are not available through these platforms, I'm able to access them through specific channels applications through logging into my parents' DirecTV account. While most of the time I'm watching these shows through my television, I do also watch them through my laptop. This is something that people watching television in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s did not do at all. Cable and satellite televisions are all these individuals were able to watch television with, and what you could watch on said television was dependent upon your cable package. Another major difference is timing. Today with streaming services, you can watch any show you want, wherever you want, if you have that service. No longer are the days where if you missed that show that day, there would be no way to rewatch it unless the channel aired that episode again. The problem was partially alleviated with the ability to record shows in advance, but is non-existent today. This led to the epidemic of binging, where people, including myself, sit for hours watching the same television show. It truly is incredible to think about how different the concept of television is from just 10 years ago, much less in the 60s. I remember when my family had a Netflix account where the only service they had was mailing you a movie which you would then mail back after watching when you would request it. And this was, 15 years ago? How times have changed. Thank you.